morning, friends, from Arches National Park. Currently, I'm standing atop of the north window right now, looking out through the turret arch. You can see it's pretty windy. We had super flat light this morning, complete overcast clouds when I was sleeping in the van. I just heard the wind howling through the van all night long. Because I have a short day today, I have to get moving back up to Park City so I can work tomorrow. I figured it'd be a good time to do like a little van update in terms of like what my plans are for 2020 with the van, what I want to change, what I want to keep, stuff like that. So I'm gonna hike down from here, make a cup of oatmeal, make some coffee, and we can talk about that. One of the best things from getting back from a sunrise mission like that is just the hot coffee. As soon as I leave, that's what I'm thinking about before I even get back. So that's priority number one. And then we can chat about what I want to change, because there is a pretty good laundry list of items. So I might just have to kind of pick and choose the important ones. So I made a list over here last night at my whiteboard on what I wanted to change. And probably the main thing that I do want to change that I can't really show too much of is the transmission. Some of you might know, if you've been watching since I got the van, that I had to change the engine. So that is like my number one, gonna be the most expensive, really like the main priority that I should be doing so I can really travel around worry-free. So that's the first thing, transmission. So while we wait for that water to boil so we can make our oatmeal, there's three things up here that I want to change. So the first thing is the radio. It has been a bear to drive without a radio, although I do have like my Bluetooth speaker, and with my now unlimited data, it is nice. But it would be cool just to have a radio that I don't necessarily have to deal with this, because it's one more thing I have to charge. I'm using my phone a lot more. So radio is definitely a priority. Hopefully I can get one for pretty cheap. The second thing is the cruise control. That is probably the most important thing out of everything now that I think about it. Driving without cruise control is brutal. It is so hard to do. Any sort of long distance drives, they just become so tiring and just so much more inefficient, because you kind of go faster and then you go slower. Where cruise control, I can just set it and like basically forget about it. Hopefully it's just like a fuse or something and not like a whole module. I don't really know, but it's something I really need to figure out. And then the last thing, again, is like the weather sealing around all the door frames. Basically, like you can just, it's just loud in here and you can feel it's very drafty. So if I can, hopefully I can just get those rubber seals for pretty cheap and just install them. And you know, I think it'll make a big difference. So those three things alone for the cockpit up here would like help immensely. While I start to make my cup of coffee, I can talk about the next thing I want to change, and that is right behind me, right here, where I used to have a TV. There's a lot of space on that wall that could be used for something else. So what I'm thinking is possibly building like almost like a pantry shelf of some sort, where it's just like just a shelf that comes out maybe like a 2x4 or something, or a little bigger, with that has like a lip on the end of it, and then maybe like some angled down brackets or something. I don't really want to put another cabinet like that one over there, because I like having that space for kind of like my feet when I sleep and stuff, and I just don't want to necessarily infringe on that, because I've been sleeping so nice in here lately. I think I finally just got like the system down. I'm comfortable in here. So that's the next thing I want to put in, is like a shelf. So I made it back out here to the LaSalle Mountain viewpoint. I really like this spot because it's just super beautiful, and it's just like kind of in a very central location of the park. So the next thing that I want to like update are like the blackout curtain shade things that I have. I'll show you the situation right now. So right now, these are what the builder created to make it so it's blacked out, basically. So when these are up in the windows, you cannot see anything inside, no matter how many lights I have on, which is like the main feature that I love about the van. It's very stealthy, and it's good for my style of what I like to do. I love the fact that they're removable, because during the day like this, I love to take them down so I can have light inside there and I can see outside and stuff like that. But then at nighttime, it's really nice to be able to put these back in there and not have to worry about like something big or like some sort of wood piece or something that I can't easily take out and put up. But if you guys have any suggestions in terms of what you think I could do that's still easily removable and not going to be very heavy and I'm still going to be able to store easily, I'd be all for that. However, on that same note, I'm interested, or I want to try to kind of fix the paint here. I was never a fan of the green, so I think if I could just get something really basic, almost just like a flat or like matte black or matte gray, literally almost like a primer look to just kind of take care of all of the sunspots and everything that's like, I don't know, just kind of makes it look a little icky. And just if I can literally blast it with something like a matte black or something, I think it'll kind of just kind of make the van look pretty rad. That's not like one of my main priorities because it's just money that I think is going to be spent that doesn't really affect the performance, the reliability, or the functionality of the van. But I mean, who doesn't want a cool looking van, you know what I mean? So I don't know what number we're on, but that would be another update I am interested in pursuing this year is paint. What the? Yo, look at this dude. This dude legit is on my van. Hey, get off there. Hey, get off, get off. Woo. The other thing that I want to update is the ottoman here. It came with the van. I love the idea. It's so functional because I can put a lot of stuff in here. That's where I put like my blankets, just kind of like clothes and stuff like that. I even keep my fragile stuff because the blankets are in there. It's a nice spot to just kind of put stuff in there like my Chemex, my coffee maker. However, I wish it was literally half the size. That's all I need is I just want it to be half of the size. So like just you know, half. I love the height of it. I think it's perfectly awesome in that regard. It's just a little too long when I'm trying to move around the van and cooking and pushing it around. Like it just doesn't, it's too big. So it's again, all these little things are gonna add up to make my whole van experience just a lot nicer. So whatever the next one is, ottoman. How do you, is it O-T-T-O-M-A-N or is it like A-U, ottoman? I don't know, I'm gonna look it up so I don't, but yeah, ottoman. Well guys, another weekend has came to a close here and it was just amazing. And because this video is kind of like on the topic of upgrading or fixing the van, whenever I fill my van completely up to the top, it leaks fuel underneath for like a little bit. It doesn't leak the whole time. It's not like I continuously have a fuel leak. It's only when I completely top it off. So I'm thinking maybe when I top it off, it's like leaking out of the fuel pan or something like that. So I really need to just kind of give it to someone and be like, here's the issues, like let me know what you think. It's just gonna cost me a lot of money. So she takes care of me, so I gotta take care of her. Alright guys, well I made it back here down to Salt Lake City, or should I say up to Salt Lake City. It was a white knuckle drive for like the last half of it. It was snowing a lot, complete whiteout, wet road, so it's kind of like the first time I put her like through some of the inclement weather like that, and she helped upgrade. So I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. If you're watching these videos and you are enjoying them, subscribing, consider giving them a thumbs up because it helps me out. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, fam. Peace out. Woo!